Dungeons & Dragons. Painting Challenge. Beholder. The Battle Bunker in Sunderland held a challenge to paint a Dungeons & Dragons model from Nolzur's Marvellous miniatures range. The model selected was a Beholder. There are some amazing models to choose from in the official Dungeons & Dragons range produced by WizKids. The sculpts are very well detailed, and the Beholder did come with a few customisation options. It is possible to swap out up to 4 of the eyestalks to depict various magical spells being cast, and the central eye has an optional clear cover. Using these you can make each Beholder quite unique. Dungeons & Dragons was first released in 1974 as a tabletop role-playing game, allowing each player to create their own character using the Players Handbook and embark on imaginary adventures within a fantasy setting, where a Dungeon Master serves as a game's referee and storyteller, supported by the Dungeon Master's Guide and adventure supplements. The Beholder first appeared in the Dungeons & Dragons supplement Greyhawk in 1975, then later in the Monster Manual published in 1977. It is one of the most iconic monsters in the Dungeons & Dragons fantasy role-playing game, and appears on the front cover of the latest Monster Manual for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The Beholder is depicted as a floating orb of flesh with a large mouth, single central eye, and many smaller eye stalks on top, all with powerful magical abilities. Each Beholder is unique and can appear in a multitude of colours. They are formidable opponents for any party of adventurers who may unfortunately stumble across this violent and greedy creature. I used traditional earth brown colours to paint my Beholder, using a mixture of contrast paints and dry brushing techniques, with a few washes. The eyes, tongue and gums were coated in a gloss varnish to give them a wet look, and a few strands of hot glue provided drool coming from the creature's mouth. There were 16 amazing entries in total. Although I didn't make the top 3, I did get a few votes for my efforts. The third place Beholder was a vibrant red, with some great line work depicting red veins in the eyes and a crackle effect on the base. Second place had a mixture of blues and purples, with a small green glow on the right side reflecting up onto the side of the Beholder. The winning entry used object source lighting to give the effect of a glowing yellow light coming from the right side of the Beholder. Gloss varnish was used to good effect, making parts of the model glisten. The winner received a copy of the Dungeons & Dragons starter set, containing everything you need to get started playing this fantasy role-playing game. The Beholder is one of the few creatures that have appeared in every edition of the game since 1975. Unlike many other Dungeons & Dragons creatures, the Beholder is an original creation and not based on any creature from mythology or other fiction.